Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, we just had Tesla's earnings call, and Tesla threw a few bombshells at the earnings call. And I think most analysts got a few surprises in the earnings report as well, as Tesla continues to blow the old records out of the water. So, let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So, Tesla held their earnings call, and Tesla threw a few bombshells on the earnings call. But let's start by looking at the good numbers Tesla showed us in Q4 and 2023, and then get back to the bombshells in a minute. So Tesla had, as we already know, made a record quarter in Q4 2023. And as Tesla wrote, free cash flow remained strong in 2023 at $4.4 billion, even as we focus on future growth projects to our highest capital expenditure and R&D expenses in company history. Yes, the company, despite highest capital expenditure ever and cutting prices on their vehicles, they still have a strong free cash flow, and they added another $3 billion to their bank account just in Q4. So now Tesla has $29.1 billion in the bank. Oh no, what is Tesla to do with only $30 billion in the bank, no debt? How will they ever survive all those price cuts? Well, Tesla started the year off with $22.2 billion in the bank. And after a whole year where we saw so many people panicking because Tesla made price cut, well, now they have $29.1 billion in the bank. And still basically debt free. So Tesla added another $7 billion to their war chest, while people were screaming and Tesla was doomed because of all the price cuts. But Tesla made $96.3 billion in revenue in 2023. That is 3 times as much as just 3 years ago in 2020. Just such an impressive growth here. And also, almost 15% of Tesla's revenue came from other parts of their business than the car business. So it is starting to become a bigger and bigger part of Tesla's revenue. But it was not just the car business that made some records in Q4 and 2023. Energy storage deployment reached 14.7 gigawatt hours in 2023, more than doubling compared to the previous year, up 125% in growth, while energy generation and storage business profits nearly quadrupled in 2023. Profits quadrupled. Yes, and this part of their business is just getting started. These are early days for their energy business, and gross profits of their service and other businesses increased from a negative $500 million loss in 2019 to $500 million in profits in 2023. So nice to see that is also becoming a stable business by itself. But Tesla did also get a one-time non-cash tax benefit of $5.9 billion recorded in Q4 for the release of valuation allowance and certain deferred tax assets. That Tesla, of course, knew was coming, and that resulted in the biggest quarter net income in the company's history, with $7.928 billion in net income. So the bottom line. So Tesla ended the year off with $14.997 billion in net income. So it seems like Tesla is going to beat Ford and GM in net income in 2023 again. But we're still waiting for all the results from Ford and GM, of course, but I don't think they will get to almost $15 billion in net income as Tesla did. Before we dive deeper into today's story, let's pause for a second to highlight our video sponsor, Ground News. This platform is revolutionizing our news experience in a way that is truly unique. Ground News was founded in 2018 by an innovative ex-NASA engineer that sets itself apart as the first platform dedicated to comparing news. It's like having a library of over 60,000 news articles at your fingertips every single day, cleverly sorted to show showcase diverse viewpoint of each issue. One of the platform's key features is the transparency about the political slant and credibility of various news sources. This insight comes from independent news monitoring organizations offering you a clear picture of not just the news but also the potential bias shaping it. Ground news help you navigate through sensational headlines and see how different media outlets from the left to the right are spinning the story. What's particularly valuable is how ground news rates the reliability of these sources, which I believe is just as critical as understanding their political bias. So for those seeking a broader perspective and a deeper understanding of news narratives, ground news offer a substantial advantage. It helps you shift through the clutter and recognize bias in reporting. Like with the recent pricing announcement for the Tesla Cybertruck, it was fascinating to see the various reaction across the media outlets. As a regular user of ground news, I can attest to its effectiveness in cutting through media spin and keeping me well informed. So go to ground.news/bestinTesla to check it out. You can subscribe through my link down below for as little as $1 a month or get 40% off unlimited access to the Vantage subscription, which is the one I'm using. When you subscribe, you're not only supporting me, you're also supporting an independent platform trying to make the news more transparent. And a big thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this video. So I guess all of these price cuts were not so bad after all, because those price cuts resulted in that in 2023 Tesla delivered over 1.2 million Model Ys, making it the best-selling vehicle of any kind globally. And as they wrote, for a long time many doubted the viability of EVs, and Toyota still does, but their funeral. But today, the best-selling vehicle on the planet is an EV. Yes, please. And Tesla still had 9.2% operating margins in 2023 compared to the competition. That is not so bad. And that is even though Tesla has been cutting prices. But as I made a whole video about in the beginning of last year, even though Tesla cut prices, their cost of goods sold will also keep going down as Tesla scales up, and Tesla showed a chart of exactly that in their earnings report. And as you can see, Tesla has cut the cost of goods sold over the last year quite significantly. That is almost 10% cost reduction in just 1 year. Very, very impressive. And the Fremont factory produced nearly 560,000 vehicles in 2023, an all-time record, and also made it the most productive car factory in North America. No, Ford and GM do not have a factory that can produce this many cars. And even when GM owned the Fremont factory, they never produced this many cars at this factory. A real testimony to Tesla's superiority in manufacturing. But we also need to understand, as Tesla said, we are in between growth waves right now, as we are waiting for the next generation vehicle, the Giga Mexico factory being built, and the expansion of all the other factories. When that is said and done in, let's say 2 years' time, we will see the acceleration of Tesla's growth again. Not saying that Tesla will not grow in 2024, because they will, but Tesla will not grow as fast in 2024 as they have done in the past, with 2 factories ramping up. Now, what Tesla has to ramp up is not as big as 2 new factories ramping up and spitting out the best-selling car in the world. And you can bet the people that don't understand this will start talking about Tesla's growth is slowing down, not understanding what is coming, and looking very stupid in 2 years' time, as they didn't understand that Tesla was in between 2 growth waves. But that will probably change already by the end of next year, when Tesla finally reveals the next generation vehicles, and then Wall Street will understand. Oh, so Tesla is actually coming out with a new vehicle that will blow everything out of the water. Because Wall Street didn't understand what Tesla showed the world last year at their Investor Day. But that leads us to one of the first bombshells. The next generation vehicle will start production next year, as we heard rumors about from suppliers that I talked to Reuters yesterday. But now Tesla confirms it. They will start production of the $25,000 next generation vehicle by mid or end next year. So that is very, very exciting. But Elon even said the next generation will be profound, and not just the vehicle design, but also the revolutionary advanced manufacturing system. But we already knew the unbox production method would be profound, but Elon hinting here that even the design design of the car will be profound. I was kind of expecting the design to be boring and it was all the production method I was excited about, but now I'm kind of getting excited to see how this next generation vehicle will look. And as Elon also talked about, when asked about it in the question section, Tesla had to design machines that has never existed before, to build a car in a way that has never existed before. It does make it very hard to copy us, as you need to make the machine that makes the machine that makes the machine. Yes, you cannot, no matter the amount of money you have access to, go out and buy what Tesla is creating here with the next generation unboxed production method, as none of the machines exist today. And this car and production method will put Tesla so far in front that the old legacy automakers' factories will truly feel like dinosaurs, an extinct species. But Tesla will of course not alone cross the legacy automakers. The old guys just don't have a chance to keep up with what Tesla is doing here. But as Elon also said at the earnings call, as we have talked about many times, the Chinese car companies will demolish most of the other car companies in the world. Yeah, the old legacy automakers are in for a brutal and bloody war for survival through the next 4 to 6 years. But another bombshell than the next generation vehicle coming next year is that Tesla will probably start shipping Tesla robots also next year. Yes, in 2025. So we have all speculated about Tesla using the robot in-house to help with manufacturing and said it will probably be years before Tesla sells or licenses the robot out to customers. And then Elon says they will probably start shipping a few robots in 2025. So let's just say 2026. It doesn't really matter. We have talked about the insane potential of the Tesla robot. I even did that in one of my latest videos on the little series I'm making about Tesla Beyond Cars. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check that series out. But we all kind of speculated that this is not something that will happen before the end of the decade, if we are optimistic, as I am. I said it will come faster than people think, but to start shipping to customers next year, well, that is definitely faster than most people thought. That was an absolutely bombshell, because that means that Tesla could potentially start seeing revenue and profits coming from the Optimus robot this decade. And they started thinking about the robot this decade as well. So, to give you some context there, Boston Dynamics has been making robots for 32 years, and they are hardly making money today. And their first prototype of the Atlas robot was made in 2013, and Tesla's first prototype was made in 2022. The speed of progress that Tesla has made, thanks to the Tesla engineers and the full self-driving neural network that was created for the cars but could be put into Optimus' brain, is just insane. They started 30 years after Boston Dynamics and will have something next year that can actually be sold and do useful work, while Boston Dynamics will probably show off a new video of Atlas making a backflip with a twist while it dances to Another One Bites the Dust. But what Tesla has done here is just absolutely crazy. Within a couple of years, they have put themselves in the front position when it comes to humanoid robots, which there will be an almost endless market for. If this does not get you excited about Tesla's future potential, I don't know what will. Forget everything else. Just as Elon said at the earnings call, the robot has the potential to be bigger than everything else Tesla has created. Take their car business, robotaxis, energy storage, and so on, and Optimus will be bigger than all of that. So you can bet your dollar that Tesla is all in on this robot, as this will be the most important thing Tesla will ever work on, as this will change the world. And that adventure will truly start next year. Are you kidding me? So if you remember 2 years ago when Tesla held their first AI day and told the world that Tesla would try to make a robot, people said, Elon, just stick to your cars. And people not understanding what Tesla did with AI Day was not to show the world what they had. It was to show the AI and robotics engineers out there what Tesla wanted to create, and suck in all the best talent in the world. And at the end of the day, That is all that matters. It will not be the one with the most money that wins this one. It will be the one with the best engineers. As the CFO of a successful German AI company said to Connecting the Dots after the first AI day, it was game over. Tesla has won, even before Tesla had anything. Just because she knew Tesla would now get the best software engineers and AI engineers in the world, and therefore they would win. Because everyone else would just get Tesla's leftovers. The engineers that could not get the job at Tesla, well, they can now go and work for GM or Volkswagen. Because the best mind would want to go to work for Tesla. They don't want to go to work for Volkswagen and GM and help them fix their software bugs. No, they will want to go and work for Tesla and be part of history. So if you understand what Tesla did with AI Day 1, as I made a whole video about at the time, you understood that it was already game over back in 2021. But now, Tesla, just less than 3 years later, is just telling us that next year they will start earning some money on this thing. And then the whole world will start to understand, and Wall Street analysts will start to include it in the spreadsheets, if they even understand how to do that, because it does not fit into the spreadsheet of Tesla, the car company. Where do you put a robot? But they will not start to think about the potential value of Tesla's robot before it is here and being sold to customers. And therefore, some of the investors will miss probably the biggest investment opportunity in human history. Because they don't have the imagination to see what is coming and are only looking at profits and gross margin on Tesla's cars. And they are making price cuts. But, Wall Street will Wall Street, while Tesla will continue to execute on making the impossible late. So, another record year for Tesla, with the best-selling car on the planet, with almost $30 billion in the war chest. Version 12 of full self-driving is out to the public. The next generation vehicle and humanoid robot is coming next year. Oh boy, Tesla is looking stronger and better than ever. So while the stock price continues to go down, I continue to buy some more Tesla shares, while we're waiting for the next growth wave a couple of years down the road that will take Tesla to completely new highs. Yeah, the next Tesla is still Tesla. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.